Good afternoon, my name is Alberto Ramon and I'm going to talk about the Federative Republic of Brazil. Well, first of all, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about Brazil. Brazil is a country located in South America. It makes up 47% of the continent. Its official language is Portuguese, but they also speak a large number of native languages. Brazil is the fifth largest country in the world by population and by geographical area. Its population is 210 million people, approximately. Then, my thesis statement. Cultural values in Brazil can be analyzed without taking into consideration family and religion, because these two pillars are the base of Brazil's cultural values. Culture of Brazil. Well, in order to understand the culture of Brazil, we have to know that Brazil was colonized during 1500 by the Portuguese Empire. But when the Portuguese arrived to this land, there were already native tribes there. And during the colonization period, many slaves were brought from different parts in Africa to work in the fields in Brazil. The mix of these cultures made the culture of Brazil as it is now. And this culture can be defined as a unique and very complex culture. But it's also important to mention that it is a similar culture with the other Latin American countries, because it is really influenced by religion, Roman Catholic religion. Well, I divided my presentation about values in three main points. The first one is the cultural values. The second one is the cultural values, family, and religion. And the third one is a comparison between Brazil's cultural values with other Latin American countries and with other countries in the world. First of all, we have the cultural values. I think that the most important value in Brazil is collectivism, because family and friends are very important for Brazilians. Family plays a major role in every day for almost all the Brazilians, and the values are learned through family. Then, in Brazil, personal values are very important. We can talk about some of them, such as honesty, respect, trust, and patience. These values, also as the collectivism, are learned through family, also through schools, but most of it through family during the childhood period. Then, warmth and compassion are other values that are really important for Brazilians. These values mentioned before made that the Forbes magazine ranked Brazil as the 11th friendliest country in the world. Then, I'm going to talk about the cultural values, family, and religion. In the past slide, I also talked about a little bit of family, because as I mentioned in my thesis statement, you can't talk about cultural values of Brazil without taking into consideration family and religion. Then, now that I have said this, family is the foundation of the social structure in Brazil. The cultural values are really influenced by the Roman Catholic religion. That's why almost all Brazilians have the same values that the rest of Latin America, or the countries that the most of its population are Roman Catholics. Brazil has the largest number of Roman Catholics in the world. That's why its culture and its cultural values are really influenced by this religion. Then, family plays a major role teaching the children these values that I mentioned last slide, such as collectivism, warmth, compassion, patience, etc. Then, the comparison between Brazil and other Latin American cultural values. Well, as I have mentioned during this presentation, Brazil and the other Latin American countries have really similar cultural values because these values are really influenced by the Roman Catholic Church. Also, these values are learned through family. Family and religion are the two pillars of the cultural values of Brazil and the other Latin American countries. But if we compare Brazil with, for example, other countries such as UK, United States of America, or Canada, that its principal religion is Christianity and Protestants, we can see that Brazil's culture is really influenced by collectivism. Meanwhile, UK, America's, and Canada's culture are really influenced by individualism. That's a big difference between this country and other countries. Here, family and religion is really important, and everyone is willing to help each other in almost all the situations, regarding if they are close family, close friends, nuclear family, etc. If you know him, you will help him if he needs it. That's why they are really friendly with each other. So, in conclusion, as I have said during all the presentation, Brazil's cultural values are really influenced by religion and family. So you can't talk about these cultural values without talking these two pillars, key pillars to be exactly. Then these cultural values are learned through family, and families are really influenced by religion. That's how the Roman Catholic religion plays a major role in these cultural values. Then, when you analyze these values, you have to take into consideration these two pillars. And at last, Brazil has a collectivism culture because family and friends are the most important things for almost all Brazilians. Thank you very much.